Good to see you, John. Because you're talking about how the government actually, with quite a small level of investment, can reap enormous economic gains as regards young people. What is it called and how does it work, John?
Well, that's Cordwell Youth, and I was approached by some people about 3 years ago to set this charity up. And it so touched my heart, both in terms of the humanitarian benefit, but also the financial benefit to the country, that I was just driven to do it. We're now helping about 300 young people, and what we do is put a one-on-one mentor with a young person that's at risk from any form of exploitation, drug abuse, criminality, mental health. And the real financial issue here that's very quantifiable is that for every pound we spend, we save the government £6. Now, that's a provable minimal amount. I think the amount is massively more than that, because what that doesn't take into account is the potential long-term incarceration of those people if we don't stop their behaviour at the intervention stage during the 2 years. If they're incarcerated forevermore, it costs the government tens of millions during their lifetime, as well as all the victims out there.
So £1 from Cordwell Youth saves us, effectively, John, £6 or £6.05. Where are those savings made? What sort of areas?
Well, that's on the whole welfare service and the justice service. It's one less victim. If we stop one crime, that's one less victim. It's the loss to that victim, and then from there it's the court, the police time, the court time, and in many cases when repeat offenders occur, then it's the incarceration, which costs, depending on the type of incarceration, can cost up to £400,000 or £500,000 a year. So it's very easy to see where the benefits are, and up to yet we've got about an 88% avoidance of criminality in those young people that were vulnerable.
You're sending a message out to the government how they could get ahead of the curve. John, what do you mean by that? What's the message you're putting out?
The government are always behind the curve in so many things. They're always behind the drag curve, and what we need to do is invest in stopping cost rather than just keep pouring cost. And all these prisons that we're opening all the time, and the cost of managing those prisons is a colossal drain on the UK. And what we need to do is invest in young people to stop that criminality, and that's what Cordwell Youth is doing. And if we can stop that criminality, not only do we benefit the government's balance sheet, but we also, of course, save thousands of victims who, in some cases, might be traumatised, but in every case have got a loss of some sort.
Well, one of the profiles is a 13-year-old girl who was in a terrible state. She was in an inappropriate relationship with adult men. She'd also been offered drugs, but you and your colleagues turned her around.
Yeah, I mean, it really is inspiring work, and the team are amazing. I'm so pleased that I founded it, and it's not to my credit. I just saw it and they sold it to me, and I thought, wow, what a difference that's going to make to society. But we're only helping at the moment 300 young people, and I think there's probably 100,000 need helping. So the expansion that we need to create all over the UK and at the volume that we need to do is immeasurable.
Government listening to you, John?
Oh, I had a conversation with Keir before he was elected about this, and he was 100% on side. What he's done about it is nothing up to yet, but we're
losing
just
patience, John?
Oh, I'm always impatient. I expect politicians... No, not expect. I want politicians to act like I would act in business. And unfortunately, I'm constantly hugely disappointed.
I mean, it made headlines when you decided that you would support Labour at the last election, because I think it's fair to say you were almost a lifelong Conservative.
Absolutely.
Regrets?
No, not regrets. No, I regret that they're not doing what they should be doing. I didn't see any alternative at the time. I still don't see an alternative. So no regrets. But what I regret is that they're making a lot of bad decisions, and they're doing what most people probably would have said they were going to do and make a load of mistakes. But I don't know where the alternative was, so I had nobody else to vote for. And I did, at the time, think anyway that maybe I could push some of my thinking in to the cabinet for the benefit of Britain.
But it's on the tin. Cordwell Youth is all about young people, and yet we read now that special educational needs might be stopped in part of the...
Look, the welfare state does need massive reform. There's huge waste all through government, but the way to do it is certainly not to hit those people that are so disadvantaged with disabilities and people that need investing in to give them a better life in the future. And that is not the way to do it.
John, lastly, a website, I imagine. If people want to find out more, Cordwell Youth probably has its own website, does it up and firing and going on all cylinders?
You are embarrassing me now, Nick, because I don't know the website.
Oh, well, I'll find out.
My job is to make it all happen.
We'll find out. Don't worry. You leave that to me.